Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony. Welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. And today what I want to talk about is Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. And basically, Matt Patricia, when he came out, he basically had this, ruthless campaign in 2018, and basically said, we're going to do this the Patriot way. And that's what Joe Judge kind of said and coming out. But hopefully, I think this coronavirus is quelling all these, we're going to play hard in pads. I don't want to see that with the Giants. I really don't. Don't bring in the guys we're going to change the culture. Don't bring in that. I mean, we don't have a culture to begin with in a way, but, the Detroit Lions were successful before Matt Patricia came in. They did win 9 games, but historically they weren't great. So maybe you can make the argument Joe Judge is going to bring us back to the memories of the 80s and when we were good, in the early 2000s when we were good. It used to be a 9-7 season was a bad season. Now we're okay, 5-11. I get it, you're trying to change the culture around, but it may turn some people off. The good thing is we have a very young roster. You have to feed into the room. Young rosters, they're going to want to get bullied around. They want to get better. But eventually, these guys age, you're going to have to shift a little bit. And that's what Bill Belichick was kind of struggling with. Rob Gronkowski didn't want to play anymore because of that. Now he actually has a young roster that he's going to be able to mold and shape into his own way. Obviously, you saw some young guys, old guys, Lawrence Guy, but you got rid of a lot of other guys. Now you have just the last 2 draft class, 12 players are just really young guys that your Isaiah Wins of the world, your Sony Michel's, that are going to be able to want to be molded and be the Patriot way. They have something that they can buy in and believe in. Joe Judge is 38. He's young. He can bring in, a mindset. I was looking at the recent things. He had the practice of, just talking about race relations. I think that's good. It's with the times. You can say, you know what, back in the day we used to suck it up and, rub some dirt on it, And yeah, so I like that, how he's new. He's saying Daniel Jones' name. He's saying Saquon Barkley's name. And that's fine. Matt Patricia has only won 9 games in the first 2 years. If that happens with Joe Judge, he signed a 5-year contract, I believe. That's going to suck. We have to win at least, I would say, let's say 16 games in the first 2 years in order for this, thing to work. The production has to happen. Now, whether it's because of this thing and it enables him and makes him worse, I don't know. What if it's because, our offense is great, not because Joe Judge is doing all these things? I just want to win games. That's the most important thing at this point. Build a culture, win games. It's going to be rough. Nobody's expecting us to do anything. Some people are saying dark horse. I've said, don't call us a dark horse until we win games. I'm a Giants fan. I'm automatically going to be optimistic. I just can't fathom. A lot of people are 6-10. I just don't want to picture us going 6-10 again. I really don't. I'm a struggling Giants fan. But Matt Patricia, I don't think he's a good X's and O's coach, and he doesn't know what he doesn't know. I think he's going to get better with that. But at the root, with the Patriots defenses, they had some of the worst defenses when Matt Patricia was defensive coordinator. Joe Judge, they were always good special teams. You could say they sucked wide receivers, but that was his first year on the job. And he had to deal with Antonio Brown, Julian Edelman, N'Keal Harry, Philip Dorsett, I believe. Was it Cordell Patterson? No, I think it was Philip Dorsett, who didn't know how to run routes, was confused with Tom Brady. And whether it's Joe Judge's fault, I don't know. But, I think that Joe Judge is going to, what's it called? The delegate. I'm the D word, delegate. Not the other D word, but he's going to delegate to different positions. I'm a Giants fan, so I'm more optimistic. I bet you ask Lions fans, they were optimistic when they brought in Matt Patricia. They're oh, he's not going to be the next Romeo Crennel. He's not going to be the next, I can't think of another coach, Eric Mangini. He's not going to be the next guy. But, we've seen guys in recent past put their own personality into it. Your Brian Flores's, even though he played for the Patriots himself, what's the coach for the Titans name? Mike Vrabel, those guys. So I think he's going to be able to disseminate, deliberate, and be able to lead this team. That's what he's focused on now. Please take a little bit of a hands-off approach. Teach the guys video games. Be with the times a little bit. Don't be such a stickler. Whether the be-all and end-all is whether he's going to win games or not. Matt Patricia had the most brutal, camp and whatever. And he lost a lot of people because, I worked hard and we only went, 3-13. We only went 6-10. We could say we have a little bit of a bright future, but I don't believe in our coaches. He's not making the right decisions. He's not calling the right timeouts. And I think if the Giants were going to be oh, yeah, that was a good challenge. Win some challenges, win some timeouts, make some smart decisions as your head coach, because that's what you do. Simple, build on it year by year. I'm confident that, Joe Judge will not be the next Matt Patricia, 9-23-1 or whatever. But, I'm just kind of sad and seeing like a lot of projections 6-10, which are probably going to be true because of our tough schedule. But we have our backs against the wall. We're a young team. I took a look at it, and it's just like we have the third, maybe even second youngest, trio with wide receivers, and we're pretty good. A trio with, quarterback, wide receiver, running back. Saquon, who's 24, just turned 24. Daniel Jones just turned 23. Darius Slayton, who's probably 23. That's an average of 23.3. Math major. No, I'm not a math major. But, then you have Dwayne Haskins with McLaurin and with, who is their running back? Well, anyway, so we have the youngest trio, and I'm pretty confident in this trio. They're going to grow up together, and it's going to work. I'm pretty confident. We're a young team, and, you have to mold them when they're young. And then you have to lighten up a little bit. You have to realize, the costs and benefit, balances. Don't be so stickler to your system. Don't try to be the next Bill Belichick. Be Joe Judge. And, I like that he's now saying the players' names. I like that he's with the times, video games, and I'm talking in circles at this point. But hope you guys enjoy his video. Let me know what you guys think. Is Joe Judge the next Matt Patricia, or can he be more like a Mike Vrabel, a guy who brings confidence to the team? And what do you think we need to do to get there? I highlighted some things in this video, but let me know your guys' input, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.